Welcome to the Six Hockey.
Gary scores!
The future of hockey.
The Toronto Young Nationals still looking for their first goal of the season, and they'll look to get that against the Vaughan Kings. That's right, we got some GTHL U16AAA action for you. I'm Sammy Brzezowski, this is Blake Hanlon, and this is the Six Hockey.
It's going to be a tough game for the Nationals to get their first goal of the season or get their first win of the season. The Kings are a really tough competitor.
The Kings are a very offensively star-studded team with the likes of Malhotra, Allain, Brandon, and of course, Alessandro, Iorio. But they also have some strength in the back end. So let's look at their goaltender right now. For them, it will be Joseph D'Angelo getting the start. He'll look to keep up with Justin Young, has started so far for the Kings. They won their first game 2-0 against the Toronto Red Wings. The Nationals, however, they didn't have the same luck. Like we said, they didn't get a goal in their 7-0 loss against the Toronto Marbros. But this time, instead of Auden Frazier in net, it will be Cruz Resnick.
Cruz Resnick, yeah, great goaltender, and I really want to see if he can bring a better outcome for his team in this one, opposed to Auden Frazier in the first game of the season.
That's right, but we talked about the strength in the back end between the pipes, but winning a game, it isn't all about goaltending, because we saw Frazier, he had a good game against the Marbros. He did all that he could. So what do the Nationals, what are you looking for from them? And more importantly, before we get to that, who are you looking for from the Nationals?
Yeah, you got to have some guys that step up here, and for them, it's got to be Thane Yo. And Thane Yo's a good all-around player. He's good off face-offs. He's very good at just using his body, using his speed to get to the dirty areas of the ice. He's just a good hockey player all the way around. He's got good puck handling skills, and if he's going to get the Nationals' first goal of the season, it's got to come right now.
It's got to come right now. But the Kings, they don't want it to come right now. They want to keep that shutout streak saved against the Young Nationals. And a player that can do that for them, who will that be?
I mean, we're looking at Clarence Allain right now, a big body out there, one of the biggest bodies out here in the entire age division. He really uses that physicality to the best of his advantage to really generate opportunities and create space out there. Some guys, when they see a big guy out there, they're scared to really give him that extra nudge in the corners there, but he creates those opportunities in the corners, those broad shoulders kind of wiggling around out there. He's a good player. He's going to create opportunities for the Kings tonight, hopefully to get a win for them.
Yep, number 97, certainly not afraid to use that size to his advantage, and that's certainly an aspect that the Kings may employ in this game. But what can the Nationals do to thwart the Kings? What are some advice that you have for them? What are some tips that they can take into this game?
I mean, it's going to be really hard to beat the Kings, but if you're going to beat them, it's going to be in transition. You got to have quick exits right out of the gate. When you win that face-off, just send someone up, send someone leaking up the ice, and just send a puck up there and get a leak on a breakaway. That is going to be one of your main opportunities on those chances. Also, special teams. Let's capitalize on them in this one. Let's get special teams going, not just in the power play, but penalty kill as well. Prevent goals, score goals on both of those ends. Finally, give a better effort. Last game, Auden Frazier was left out to dry. I want an A+ effort out there, so let's have an A for effort for the Nationals in this one.
And an A for effort, they'll need to take down the mighty Vaughan Kings. They looked hot to start the season. It was a 2-0 win against the Toronto Red Wings. We saw a beautiful goal from Alessandro, Iorio. And now for the Kings, what's some advice you have for them? Because the Nationals, they'll come to play in this one. They have a sour taste in their mouth. What can they do to keep the Nationals record at 0?
They have kind of the high odds in this one to take the game. So if you have high odds and it looks like that's going to be the outcome, at least take advantage of controlling the game. And I don't know if Drake's really in the best news right now with the beef with Kendrick Lamar, but have that controller type vibe in this game. Control the game, try to control the outcome, but also just kind of let the Nationals make their own mistakes and also just create your own opportunities as well out there. Finally, zip on by. Same thing as quick exits for the Nationals. Use your speed. The Kings have some illustrious speed out there. Iorio, Malhotra, Gage, Brandon, whoever you want to say out there, call their name. They have great speed out there, and that's why they're a great team. Finally, zone pressure. I mean, it's probably going to be a puck possession held game for the Kings. They're probably going to have that throughout the entire match. So control that. Like I said earlier, control it, but also just pressure them. Really just hound in on them. Hound in on Cruz Resnick tonight, and you'll get the win.
And we'll see if they can get the win, but let's not waste any more time. We'll jump to ice level. We'll catch the game between the Vaughan Kings and the Toronto Young Nationals next.
It's the six hockey back at Scotiabank Pond for a game between the Toronto Nationals and the Vaughan Kings. I'm Sammy Brzezowski. Joined alongside me is none other than Blake Hanlon.
Sammy, I'm really looking forward to what the Vaughan Kings can do in this game. They had a good game against the Red Wings to start the season off, but the Nationals are now facing another tough opponent, and the Kings, they got walloped in the game against the Marlboros in their first one, but hopefully they'll have a better outing this time out.
That's right. The Vaughan Kings going up against the Toronto Red Wings. Their first game, they won 2-0. Second goal coming from number 17, Alessandro Iorio. A wonderful highlight reel goal scored in that one. The Nationals, on the other hand, not with the same luck. They lost 7-0 to the Marlboros. They're hoping to get their first goal of the season today. They're facing off, Blake, against a tough Vaughan Kings team. You mentioned how you're excited to see them. What do the Nationals have to do to improve their effort against the Kings?
Well, you said that they've been held scoreless to start this game. Just get one. That's something that would just do a lot just for confidence and just for them as a team as well, just to have some sort of like accomplishment to start the season. And I mean, maybe a win isn't on the horizon against a tough team like this, but a goal would definitely just like give them a little bit of a boost in the locker room.
A goal is something that they need indeed. And the Kings, they're not afraid to score goals as Haig brings it in wide, but he loses it at the top of the circle. That's dumped out of the zone of the Kings, likely all the way down, and it will be an icing call, a face-off in the Kings zone.
Yeah, one bright spot from the Nationals in their first game was kind of the play of Auden Fraser. He was had a first couple periods he was pretty good, or actually the first and third period he was very good. Second period, it was kind of his team that let him down and allowed so many unfortunate goals for him. But I saw solid goaltending between the pipes, and I really liked his game, especially as a former goaltender myself. I think there's a bright future for him. I just think that his team didn't really give him much a chance that game against the Marlboros.
Yeah, and he won't get a chance to avenge that performance tonight because it'll be Cruz Resnick between the pipes for the Nationals. As a shot there is stopped by Resnick facing his first action. Haig on the rebound stops it, and another rebound he slides across the net. Resnick starting for the Nationals, and it's Joseph D'Angelo starting for the Kings. As a 2-on-1 chance here is stopped by D'Angelo. Some nice back and forth action. We didn't really see chances like that from the Nationals in their first game. Already pretty encouraging as the puck is sent back to the point. Shot is tipped in front of D'Angelo. D'Angelo recovers it, and the Kings go the other way now. All alone shot there is stopped by Resnick. Rebound, Ben Bowen unable to get it on the net. It's Iorio attacking on the defender of the Nationals. The Nationals try to start the rush the other way, but Nyman keeps it in. Nyman evading the hit, knocks him down, says, "Nice try, buddy," and starts the rush once again. Nyman recovers back in the neutral zone, dumps it back over to Cole Emerton. Emerton not realizing he had the amount of people there, I think. He dumps that in for a regroup. It's Tyler Clark attacking. The Nationals take it the other way. A 2-on-2 forming here now. Chance for Luke Bovoletis. He dumps that across, is unable to find his man. The Kings intercept. Blake, the Kings, they had a lot of chances in the game against the Red Wings, but they only converted on 2 of them. What can they do to improve their finishing?
I think you get the whole team involved. Don't think a lot of the blame could be pinned on the Kings as a team. Last time around, I think just stuff didn't go their way. First game of the season as well, maybe high scoring. It wasn't completely on the table for them. Things aren't clicking quite yet, but if they really want to get involved, they really got to capitalize on special teams and get their puck movement to the best form that they can bring it in this early season matchup.
I mean, a win is certainly a win as the puck is sent out to Bovoletis, but he cannot get the shot off. Taking it in now is Malhotra. Malhotra drops it over to Allain. Allain trying to feed Robinson. Robinson unable to get that on his stick as it's sent into the King zone for a regroup. Malhotra with it, trying to get it in deep for Joey Kapel. Joey Kapel and Allain, the forwards, out with Caleb Malhotra. Shot from the point. Andrew Robinson is blocked as Kapel is behind the net with it now. Allain throws it over to Malhotra. In front of the net, trying to find Robinson. He is unable to get it in front to him, and a 2-on-2 commences. Pardon me, that was Josh Levy, not Robinson. Sent up to the point, shot on D'Angelo's blocked into the corner. Robinson there sends it up. Number 92, Gage Brandon, tries to get it into the zone. He is unable to do so. The attacking forward is Michael Kardinovich for the Nationals, but that is sent for an ice. It'll be another face-off in the zone of the Nationals.
And the Nationals are really allowing a lot of presence in their own zone. Time will tell if that will eventually lead to a goal here in the first period, but I think the Kings are going to be eager to strike early to get this one in the books for them.
And Kardinovich wins that face-off. It's sent over to Noah Kim. Noah Kim just dumps that one across, trying to reach Thane Yo. The Kings dump it in for a chase. It's Alexander Haig on it. Carter Lewandowski in the corner. Lewandowski trying to get that one to the point, but that tips off a stick. Can't reach Emerton in time. D'Alessio dumps it back up, and it goes to Lewandowski. Lewandowski gets it over to Haig. Lewandowski with the shot. It's stopped by Resnick. Cruz has been cruising through this game so far. Still 0-0, despite some Vaughan King puck possession.
Yeah, and he has been cruising. He's been able to swallow that one up there. But, I mean, if the Kings keep cruising on their own side, it's not going to be smooth sailing for Resnick for a while, but he's got to have his guys step up in front of him. I really think it comes on the offense, though, because, like I said earlier, a lot of it comes from confidence, and confidence comes for the Nationals as a team. So the confidence may come in them getting goals and offensive opportunity to give Cruz Resnick something off his shoulders, knowing that his team is playing in front of him.
And a player not afraid on the other side to score goals, Iorio with his line mates Clark and Bowen in the corner now with it. That puck is nearly sent out, but D'Alessio does a good job at keeping him out. D'Alessio trying to throw it over to Bowen. Bowen shot is stopped. Looks like Cruz Resnick got just a piece of it before it head out wide. D'Alessio with it at the point. He throws that one across. Shot saved into the corner by Resnick. Now a one-on-one chance here for Havasik against D'Alessio. He has no support as the Kings break out the other way. Trying to find Ben Bowen as D'Alessio is with him as the attacker. Throwing it across to the top of the circle, trying to find D'Alessio in front as D'Alessio hurries back to cover his spot. Joey Kapel with it now. Joey Kapel loses it as the Nationals break the other way. Bringing it in now is number 9, Marcus Barrett. Barrett couldn't find an opening as the Kings now break it out the other way. Malhotra trying to find Ben Bowen in front. Can't get the pass through. That would have been a golden opportunity for Ben Bowen to start this game. With it now is number 14, Zach Nyman. Nyman loses it in front. A dangle here. Open net, but unable to get the shot off are the Nationals. A scary moment there for Joseph D'Angelo. Would have faced his first real chance in this game.
Yeah, a real good golden opportunity for the Nationals there. Couldn't quite get a stick in front of them. The dangle kind of just put the puck a little too far ahead on his forehand or his backhand, on there, and he wasn't able to get a shot on net there.
And Robinson looks to get a shot on net here as he breaks it wide. Robinson taking it around the net. Robinson finds Nyman. Nyman back to Robinson. Back to Nyman. Nyman shot from the point is tipped. That's blocked by Resnick. It goes back to Robinson. Robinson's shot is blocked and sent into the corner. Brandon with it now. Brandon over to Robinson. Robinson's shot is tipped, sent back into the corner. Gage Brandon was attacking, was unable to keep it in. Now Noah Kim with it. He dumps that into the zone. His line mates get a much-needed change. The Kings now breaking once again into the zone, but Yo keeps that in. Good job by Yo to attack, as there will be a whistle here, a face-off in the zone of the Kings for the first time this game.
Yo's been using that forechecking mindset that he has in his game very well so far. Him and Havasik have been really good. Havasik's had a nose for the net, has found a way to get open. I think if it's going to be a Nationals goal to lead it off here, it's going to be one of those two.
Absolutely shining stars of this offense, as it was Lewandowski trying to keep the puck in. Nice little 2-on-1 chance was forming for him as D'Alessio sends that one. Nice hit by Yo to get D'Alessio off the puck, but the Kings break it in nonetheless. In the corner with it now are the Kings, bringing it behind the net. Yo being attacked by D'Alessio. D'Alessio knocks down Yo after the big hit. Kind of a tit-for-tat on the sideboard.
Yeah, he got revenge on that one, though. D'Alessio got hit by Yo earlier in the play. So it's kind of like Well, I think just for D'Alessio, just like getting that hit back really gives some confidence back.
As D'Alessio fires, and that is stopped by Resnick. Where's the puck? D'Alessio finds it. He throws that one back on net over to Resnick. Rebound, Alexander Haig. Can't put that one in the back of the net. A good chance for him there as Levy has it at the point. Levy's shot is blocked through traffic, but D'Alessio recovers in the corner. With it now is Haig. Haig trying to find his options, skates and cycles it around. He drops that one back to D'Alessio. D'Alessio's shot is stopped by Resnick into the corner. Haig with it at the sideboard. Haig being battled. Lewandowski is helping him out. Haig gets it. He passed that back to Michael D'Alessio. D'Alessio back to Haig. Haig at the sideboard trying to get that one around. D'Alessio heads for the change with his D partner, Levy. Emerton with it now. Goes for the toe drag, but can't get it through. Haig also going for a much-needed line change. A long shift here for the Vaughan Kings in the zone of the Nationals. Top of the circle shot is stopped by Resnick. A good opportunity from number 71, Ben Bowen.
I really like that shift from D'Alessio. It started off not that well for him. Got a big hit from Yo, as I mentioned earlier. But why do we fall? So we can get back up. And he really not only threw a hit, but had a lot of good opportunities for goals. So the shot from the point and also just corralling the puck and having good possession at the blue line.
Yeah, and it was a chance for Alexander Haig. He would have picked up a goal, the opening goal of this game, and was nearly there, but was unable to convert as Emerton has it at the blue line. He throws that one on net. That is snatched up by Cruz Resnick.
Yeah, Resnick did a good job there just to stop the ease one right at him. Sometimes those ones are just by instinct. The ones that are coming at your head, you just want to swat it away with your glove.
Yeah, you got to wonder if Resnick played any baseball growing up, because that's a nice glove hand he has. We talked about that in the pregame. We mentioned that he's not afraid to catch the puck. He's not afraid to go a little out of his way to catch the puck.
Yeah, he's very all over the place in the crease, and sometimes it works. Like, I mean, look at a guy like Dominic Hasek, but for other times, positioning is very important for the guys who aren't athletic enough to get there. You see some evidence of that as like Ilya Samsonov. So we'll see if he's one of those type of goaltenders in this league of his own.
We will see indeed, as it has been all Vaughan Kings so far, 0-0 here at Scotiabank Pond between the Vaughan Kings and the Toronto Nationals. The Vaughan Kings starting the breakout now. Bowen tips that one into the zone of the Nationals, and he attacks. Behind the net now with it is Bowen. Bowen wrapping around. Rebound can't reach Tyler Clark. Iorio with it now. Iorio going for a move. He can't keep possession of that one. It's Emerton trailing back. Emerton finding Bowen. Bowen with it now. Bowen pass over to Iorio. Doesn't get through. The Nationals with a little chance of their own now. 3-on-3, trying to break it through is Bovalettis. He gets that one over to Kim. Kim is knocked down. Tyler Clark trying to get it out of the zone. He can't. Battling at the side is Iorio and Clark, but Kim keeps it into the corner. A battle in the corner taking a while, but it looks like it'll be the Kings that come away with possession. Perhaps speaking too soon as Robinson just gets it out of the zone. Tyler Clark with a nice little push there. With it now is Robertson over to Bowen. Bowen, toe drag, shoots, scores! Ben Bowen with the beautiful shot. He opens up the scoring in this one. It's 1-0 Vaughan.
He might have one-upped his teammate Iorio with that toe drag goal right there. That was beautiful. Really ripped it by Cruz Resnick as the Kings get their first goal of the game.
And good effort from Tyler Clark to get that one out of the zone. It's the defenseman Andrew Robinson picking up the primary assist. Robinson not afraid to join the offense.
Yeah, Robinson is a very offensive-minded defenseman, but he can still play some defense when needed to. But I think this entire Vaughan Kings team just has offense on their mind. They know if they're going to win games this year, it's going to be through goal scoring more than anything.
And Malhotra with a chance of his own. He breaks in towards the net, and that is stopped by Resnick, sent into the corner. Good chance for Malhotra to break towards the net.
Yeah, he put his head down and just rushed towards the net there. That's a good break there.
Yeah, Malhotra showing his speed and his instincts. With it now in the corner is D'Alessio. He sends that one around. Pardon me, that was Ben Bowen. In front of the net now with it was Kapel. Malhotra trying to get a piece of it. Malhotra gets a stick on it at the boards. He drops that one passed for Emerton. Emerton shot. Rebound is stopped by Resnick. Resnick staying strong despite letting in the early goal.
Yeah, Resnick, he doesn't need to have that goal affect him too much because it's still early on. I mean, obviously he got beat pretty badly there, but I mean, it's not like it was really his fault. His skill got beat out by his skill, and he still rebounded pretty well there, making a good stop.
Yeah, it was a good shot. He had good positioning, but the Ben Bowen rip was hard to save indeed. There's a chance here now for Havasik. Havasik trying to break it past D'Alessio. He's unable to do so as Haig and D'Alessio start the rush. D'Alessio with it now. D'Alessio dumps it in. It's not delivery. It's D'Alessio as he gets it behind the net. With it now is Haig in the corner. Haig losing it in the battle. The Nationals start back the other way. D'Alessio decides not to pinch. Big hit there attempted by Gage Brandon. He knocks down Egley.
That was a big hit right there, especially from Gage Brandon. You don't really see that often from him as there's another tumble at the center ice right there.
Yeah, good collision from Luke Bovelettis into Alexander Haig, but doesn't face him as Brandon shoots, and that's stopped by Resnick, sent into the corner. D'Alessio keeps it in momentarily as the Nationals try to break it out of their zone. Smart play to circle back, start the rush. With it now is Sorrenti. Sorrenti dumps that in over to D'Angelo. Bovelettis tries to keep it in, but instead it's Rusu who does. He finishes the job for him as he dumps it back into the zone. Behind the net now with it is Barrett. Barrett attempting to find his teammate had fallen down, so the Kings regain possession. Brandon starts the rush. Now with it are the Kings. It's Diorio dumping it in. He has Bowen with him. Diorio trying to get it across to Clark. He can't find him in time. Emerton at the point. Almost tipped by Clark. Bowen's shot is stopped by Resnick as the Nationals go on a break of their own. The Nationals and Kim breaking it in. He tries to go for the backhand, but good defending by Andrew Robinson. He's really making himself known at all ends of the ice.
Yeah, two-way defenseman right there. I mean, we said earlier he's got that offensive instinct, but he can step it up in the defensive zone when he needs to. Kim didn't really have anything to work with there either. No teammates were up there with him, so just a good situation for the Kings to be in.
And Paquette with a nice hit there and another one to knock the Kings into the corner. Really has the Kings on his mind. It's Diorio he sent into the boards there.
Yeah, a bit of a checkmate there from Paquette knocking down the Kings, especially Diorio there too. That's a good hit.
That's right. Physicality definitely something to look out for in this game. As with it now is Robinson. And bringing it into the zone is Nyman. Dropping it over to Malhotra. Malhotra finds Allain. Allain puts it in. Clarence Allain with a little chopped backhand from the Caleb Malhotra pass. It's 2-0 Vaughan.
Yeah, a bit of a choppy play there, but it ended up squeaking by Resnick in there. Those are the goals as a goaltender you just don't want to have happen to you because those are the ones you know you could have saved any other point in the game because they're just it's a broken play there, Sammy. It's just like unfortunate timing for the goaltender, but nevertheless, good goal for Clarence Allain, set up by Joey Kapel, has their Kings up 2-0 now.
One he will certainly want back as Kapel tips this over to Allain. He can't find him. It's Malhotra attacking. And it'll be a face-off. I believe it was deemed offside on the play. But certainly not the goal that the Nationals wanted to let in. They just had 48 seconds left. Obviously, time has dwindled down a little bit further, but going into the period with a 1-goal deficit versus a 2 has got to sting.
Stings a lot, especially when it's a goal like that. You don't want a particular goal like that to be the one that you end the period off on because it just gives a sour taste in your mouth, not just for the goaltender, but for the entire team.
As now Kapel regains possession. He throws that one over to Allain. Allain shot, scores! Clarence Allain with his second of the game. It's 3-0 Vaughan Kings quickly.
Yeah, Allain, see, that's a goal right there that is well-deserved for Allain. And I'm not saying his first one wasn't deserved. It did squeak by. A goal is a goal, but that one was a beautiful snipe. Definitely a 3-goal. It's definitely up 3-0 now. And I think the Nationals are definitely feeling sorry and a little sour heading into the end of this first period now.
That's right. In less than 30 seconds, the Kings find a way to bring it from 1-0 to 3-0, and they'll carry that lead into the second period. Certainly the start to the game they wanted, already outscoring themselves from their last contest against the Red Wings. Maybe a chance here for Brandon, dropping it back to Lewandowski. Shot there is rebounded to Brandon, and they will fight in the corner until the end of the period. The refs coming in. That does it for this period. A strong period for the Kings, not so much for the Nationals. Blake, what can the Nationals do to come back in this one?
I mean, head up high. Unfortunately, the 3 goals are something hard to rebound from, especially when they've been dominating them throughout the entire game. But like I said, chip away, find the best parts of the game, find positives, have maybe the coaches drawing something up right now that they can capitalize on at the start of the second period.
The Toronto Nationals still looking for their first goal of the season in a game in which they are down 3-0 to the Vaughan Kings here at Scotiabank Pond. I'm Sammy Brzezowski, joined alongside Blake the Thrill Hanlon.
Yeah, I mean, the Nationals, they didn't have a good first period, but for this second period here, what they need to do is at least have a better second period than they did last time against the Marlboros. That second period was disastrous, Sammy. So rebound from that. It looks like get that out of your mind, because I feel like for most players, at least for myself as a goaltender, when you remember your last game, and especially a specific period when your team was not playing well, that's always on your mind. So if they can just ignore that, maybe have a fresh memory and get some sort of action here, that will be the best course of action for them as a team.
Of course, a period where they allowed 7 goals to the Toronto Marlboros. The only period in which they allowed any goals as a shot from the point there is tipped. It's D'Angelo falling over a little bit, but the Kings get that puck out of the zone. Blake, the Kings, they've been chugging along. They scored 2 late goals. What do they need to do to ensure they keep this lead?
I mean, keep dominating over their opponent here. There's a reason they have a crown on their jersey, because they are the kings of this game, and they're going to be a kingful kind of team for this season in the GTHL. The Nationals just kind of have to contain and just pray that they can contain their pressure throughout this entire game.
As a collision there sends Iorio kind of flying. He looks to be okay as he's the forechecker for the Kings. Iorio, he beats that one out behind the net. With it is the Kings, but they can't get that one through. The pass is awry to Kardinovic, and it'll likely be an icing call. It will be an icing call. A offensive zone face-off for the Vaughan Kings in the National Zone.
Yeah, I mean, the Kings have another opportunity here to capitalize, especially with, I believe that's Diorio's line out there. Is it? It is. I see number 17. Oh, not 17. Sorry, that's Caleb Malhotra's line out there. Still just as good in skill. Malhotra learns from his father in that end. So a good opportunity for the Kings to strike.
As Nyman sends that one off the pad of Resnick, it'll be a face-off inside the zone of the Nationals once again. But yeah, you mentioned Caleb Malhotra. Malhotra projected to go pretty high in the OHL priority selection draft. What can you speak to about Malhotra's skills?
I feel like he has a little bit more to his game at this age than his father Manny ever had. Manny was a great player, great depth centerman in his prime, especially with the Vancouver Canucks. He won a lot of face-offs, a good penalty killer, but I think there's more of a offensive upside to Caleb Malhotra's game.
We'll take a look to see if he can show that offensive upside in this game, as Malhotra is trying to break towards the net, but he loses it. Trying to get it out of the zone are the Nationals. They eventually do, but it's Kapel bringing it in for the Kings. Kapel breaking towards the net. He's taken down in the corner. Nice little pushing and shoving. No call there. Kapel not super happy with that one. You can see him jawing across as he skates by the bench. The Kings breaking the other way now. The Kings starting the rush. With it now is Nyman. Zach Nyman drops that one into the zone. The Kings get a change. The Kings break it back into the zone. Haig streaming towards the net, looking for the rebound. He can't get the rebound in time. Resnick swallows it up. It's a face-off once again in the zone.
Circling back to that last play when Kapel had a break there, I saw him barking as you did as well. That's just playing the puck right there. That's just hockey. There's no reason to bark out there. That just shows just immaturity, and I know these kids are young, and they want to score. They want to have passion on the ice, and I love the passion. But you got to know the hockey play right there. It's not going to look good when you get an unsportsmanlike penalty for barking at the referee.
Yeah, you got to be careful because the referees definitely don't allow for a lot of that in this league. No one wants to get hurt. No one wants to get in trouble. Kapel having himself a season so far. He's been making himself known. He made those passes earlier as Gage Brandon throws that one in front, but that shot is stopped by Resnick. Hague with it now down low. He throws it over to Levy. Levy back to Hague. Hague throws that across to Lewandowski. Shot from the top of the circle is stopped. Levy throws that one around down low to Lewandowski. Lewandowski finds Brandon. Brandon's shot is stopped. Rebound is also stopped. Resnick really have to carrying the boats for the Nationals right now.
Yeah, who's going to carry the boats? And it's Resnick right now. He's had to make not only just a lot of saves in quantity, but quality. Like there's a lot of high leverage opportunities that the Kings are getting in the slot and just on open breaks. Like you saw Kapel, you saw that one in the slot right there on the pass. You have to just play in front of your goalie a little bit more. Just have better positioning from your forwards and your defensemen.
And a defenseman who has great positioning himself. Robinson tries to throw that one on net. Looks like he may have got a piece of his teammate there. Gives him a tap. That's a tough one to wear. An Andrew Robinson shot is something you never want to be facing your way because he's got some power behind him. That's Tyler Clark who wore that one, but he seems to be okay as he streams toward the faceoff. Robinson with it now. Again, he throws it over to Levy. Levy trying to find Bowen in the corner. Clark and Bowen in the corner battling against the Nationals. Levy keeps that one in, and he throws it over to Bowen. Robinson with it now. Behind the net now with it was Iorio, and the ref's blowing the whistle as the net is slightly askew. It'll be a face-off in the zone of the Nationals. We've seen this net before cause some issues.
Yeah, I mean, as a goaltender, you want to dig your skate in between that post and the net, either post, depending on which side you're sliding across to. I think Resnick there just dug his skate there. Typical. That's something very typical. I'm sure he did just how he would do it at any other arena, but this net seems to be a little bit more loose by the posts.
Yeah, hockey play indeed, and sometimes that is bound to happen as a shot there from Robinson is stopped by Resnick. Resnick once again cruising through this period so far.
Yeah, I mean, I did say it earlier. Resnick is cruising. He's playing great for his team right now, giving them an actual decent chance to just have something going and keeping this game fairly close. The Kings are also getting out of cruise control, and I think they're taking it at hyperspeed now.
Good pun as Levy sends that one towards the net. The Kings unable to take control of the rebound, but they do control possessions. Diorio's shot is sent just over the net. The Kings with it now restarting the rush. The Nationals haven't really been able to touch the puck much this period as Robinson circles back. Robinson, he has been on the ice for quite some time as Robinson drops that one back. A long stretch pass reaches Joey Kapel as Joey Kapel takes it. Kapel breaking towards the net. He can't find an opening there. That's kept in by Emerton. Emerton dumps that one towards Kapel. Kapel can't get a piece of it, but the Kings get a piece of it. Allain streaming towards the net. He doesn't get his stick on the puck there. Shot from D'Alessio. He falls as it hits the leg of Allain. D'Alessio circling back, looking for his options. A chance now for Joey Kapel in front of the net. He tries to find Malhotra in front of the net, but he can't get a proper piece of the stick. Pardon me, that was not Caleb Malhotra. That was Clarence Allain in front of the net. He was unable to put that one in. A good chance for the Kings to extend their lead to 4, but they are unable to do so.
Yeah, once again, the net got dislodged there, so even if it did happen to go in, I think just the fact that the net got dislodged from Resnick trying to slide across there would have prevented that from being a goal, unfortunately, even though it was not intentional from Cruz at all.
A good play nonetheless by both sides. A nice pass by Joey Kapel over to Clarence Allain, and Cruz Resnick making the positional stop regardless of the way the net turned out. It's kept in by Sorrenti. Sorrenti dumps that one back into the zone, and D'Angelo, he covers it. Now some pushing and shoving as the Kings defensemen and the Kings defenders did not like the way Luke Bovalettis was crashing the net of Joseph D'Angelo. I don't believe there will be any penalties doled out it'll just be a face-off in the zone of the Kings.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not going to score some goals or get any offensive opportunity, I guess you can wear them down physically, and I think that might be what the Nationals were doing there with Bovelettis. On this play here, I believe actually Bovelettis will not be taking the face-off. I was going to say if Bovelettis was taking the face-off, he was very good in the dot last game. Winning that back for Haywood, who we all know has a bit of a trigger at the point, but clearly not. The Nationals just have to get some sort of opportunity going for them.
And Bovelettis tries to get that one in front. You mentioned Vaughan Haywood. He had a couple shots against the Marlboros. He was really the only one who could get any offense started. What did you think about his game despite the 7-0 loss?
I mean, I like that he was just being very ambitious from the point, taking his opportunities as they were given to them. But I'm also puzzled at why Bovelettis is not playing centerman this game as well.
Yeah, lineup change perhaps, trying to get something started as it's Bovelettis who got tied up in the corner there as Emerton dumps it over to Lewandowski. Lewandowski loses it. With it now is Kim. Kim throws that one towards the net, but that is tipped away by Joseph D'Angelo. Looking for it now was Haig and Brandon, but it's the Nationals who get the piece of it. Kept in by the Nationals. The puck is trickling towards the crease of D'Angelo over to Kim, but Kim is battling behind the net to keep control of the puck. He is attacked by Emerton and Lewandowski as the puck is sent over to Lewandowski, past his stick, and out over to Egley. The Kings with it now. The Kings send it over. Nice toe drag there by Haig, but it doesn't get through in time as Nyman is carrying it into the zone. That'll be offside. Can't really get away with that one. That was pretty obvious.
Yeah, I like how Nyman did take the opportunity to go for a little bit of a skate there and find an opportunity. He's been all over the place this game and has really showed a want to get involved offensively. And it's not particularly needed for the Kings right now, but I still like the poise shown by Nyman there.
Yeah, I actually had the chance to sit down with a former member of the Toronto Red Wings, and he talked about Nyman and told me about how he was playing 2 years up, skating with a bunch of the U16s when he was still in U14, and he mentioned there was not a difference between Nyman and the rest of the folks. So Nyman, a strong player, one you'll definitely want to keep your eye on later in this year. As Clark is breaking towards the net, he doesn't have an option, so he cycles it around. He sends that one back to the point. Point shot hits Iorio and off a defender and is sent into the zone of the Kings. Just about 7.5 minutes remaining in this period. It's 3-0 Vaughan. Vaughan has controlled the pace of the game since minute 1 as Clark gets a piece of that. He dumps that one, but it's Haywood retaining possession for the Nationals. Haywood just tries to get that one deep into the zone. Attacking is the Nationals. Bowen with it now. Bowen looking for the option, looking for Tyler Clark on the wing. He can't find him. Bowen now taking it in, over to Iorio. Diorio's shot is blocked. Iorio rebound is blocked and sent into the corner. Tyler Clark knocked down behind the net. Bowen still attacking. Malhotra's line is coming on. With it now is Malhotra in the corner. Emerton gets a piece of it. Malhotra doesn't move. Shot, score! Pop the bottle, Caleb Malhotra. He makes it 4-0 Kings.
That is the upset I was talking about Caleb Malhotra. I mean, we all know that he's got that DNA inside him that is pure hockey, pure NHL, but that's that offensive upside. We weren't seeing Manny Malhotra doing that in his prime, but I think Caleb Malhotra has that in his future.
Yeah, Malhotra not afraid to facilitate the puck and certainly not afraid to shoot. A nice shot there, popped the water bottle of Cruz Resnick. Resnick unable to cut off that angle. 4-0 now for the Vaughan Kings. Malhotra, another guy on this Kings roster that you'll want to keep an eye out for. They're just a solid team overall, aren't they?
Yeah, it's almost like they have 4 first lines, Sammy, and when you have 4 first lines, you're going to win some hockey games.
Yes, but the Nationals still a lot of time to come back from this one. We'll see if they can do just that as they start out the break. Attacking it now is Bovelettis. Bovelettis has it in the corner. Bovelettis looking for Kim and Yo. Yo tries to throw that one on net, gets something started, but that's quickly taken out by the Kings. With it now is Iorio. Iorio threw that one over to Kapel. He was unable to get a piece of it. Pardon me, that was Clarence Allain throwing it over to Kapel. Allain with it in the corner. Allain throws it to Emerton. Emerton at the point. Shot is stopped by Resnick, sent over to D'Alessio. Michael D'Alessio with it on the sideboard. D'Alessio drops that one back for Haig. Haig looking for his option, tries to find Lewandowski in front of the net. He can't. Emerton at the top of the circle. Shot is nearly tipped by Haig, but it's stopped instead by Cruz Resnick.
I like the crafty maneuvers of Cole Emerton from the point. He not just has a good shot, but nifty mitts behind there as well. Good pace with his skates as well. You don't always have to dangle someone out with your stick. You could just do it with skating as well, and that's what Emerton does, using a different part of the game to get another angle on shots on net.
Yeah, the 1-4s and the 4-1s on the Kings. Nyman and Emerton, both good mobile defensemen, not afraid to walk that blue line and get something started for the offense. As a chance now appears for Kardinovic, but a good stick there from Alexander Haig to get that one out of his zone and into the zone of the Nationals. He's the forechecker here in the corner. The Kings keep it in the zone momentarily. Nyman keeping it in. A pass doesn't get over, and it's sent out, but Nyman restarts the rush. With it now is Nyman cycling it back, looking for an option. He was hoping to find Haig or Brandon. Doesn't find either, but it's Haig who recovers. Haig with it, stick handling in his feet. He dumps it, but not quite far enough as the Nationals turn it back around. Great forecheck here from the Kings to get a chance started. Behind the net now with it was Brandon trying to find Lewandowski, but he couldn't do that. Robinson shot is blocked by Resnick. Rebound, Gage. Brandon stuffing at the side of the net. He can't put that one home. He sends it back to Nyman. Nyman hitting Brandon in the back, now in the corner. With it now is Kardinovic. Kardinovic just desperately hoping to get it out of the zone. Robinson dumping it back in. The Kings will not let up. Finally, they do. It's an offside call here.
Man, I feel bad for Resnick. He's playing his crease very, very well, but the Kings are rent-free in the national zone right now. It feels like the entire game is being played in their zone, and it's just really unfair for Resnick because he's really standing on his head, even though he's got 4 goals past him so far.
Yeah, this is one of those tough lineups. I mean, as a goalie, you probably experienced games where you were being outplayed and you were doing everything you can, but after a certain point, I mean, there's only so much you can do, right?
Yeah. I mean, definitely there's times where I let in a lot of goals. I was a goal. That's why I'm in the broadcast booth, Sammy. I wasn't a good goaltender, but there were some times where there's games where I was on my head and my teammates weren't, and there was some vulgar language in the locker room afterwards.
I'm sure there was. I mean, of course, you weren't up to Resnick's standards, but you are up to anyone's standards in broadcasting. As a chance here for the Kings emerges, but that's stopped by Resnick. In the corner now with it are the Kings. Bowen attacking. A shot here is stopped as Clark tried to get the rebound. He was unable to do so. Levy sends it across. Iorio with it, trying to see Clark and get it around. He can't. Emerton doesn't get a piece of it. A 2-on-1 forming here for the Nationals. Backhand shot is tipped away by D'Angelo. Good blocker save there. Again, one of the only real chances he's faced in this game so far. With it now is Malhotra. Malhotra sends that one across for the shot. Ben Bowen, he can't find the back of the net, but he finds a rebound as they have it behind the net. Cole Emerton attacking as it's the Kings retaining possession in the corner. Sending it over to Nyman. Nyman over D'Alessio. D'Alessio's shot is blocked by, it appears, Gage Brandon in front of the net. Behind the net now with it are the Kings. Allain digging for the Kings. Bovalettis digging for the Kings.
This play might be drawn dead soon, Sammy, if it doesn't get out of there soon. Oh, spoke too soon.
And it finally does as Nyman takes it out now. Nyman sends it over to D'Alessio. D'Alessio's shot is nearly tipped by Kapel. Kapel looking for the rebound. Can't get control of the puck there. Nyman keeping it in the zone. Big hit against the boards as the Kings will regroup. The puck is sent over to the Kings. Nyman trying to get a piece of it. He can't. And the puck is once again sent out of the zone of the Kings. With it now are the Kings restarting the rush. Puck is sent over to Kapel. Kapel with a mini break now. Here it is. Scores! Joey Kapel. He picks up the 5th goal of the game. I think Kapel's the only one that knows it went in. It is 5-0 for the Kings.
Yeah, I think he skated right to the bench afterwards, maybe showing a sign of solidarity there, as that's now the 5th goal that they've given up, the Nationals, that is. But I really still like the effort there from Kapel, using his speed to break towards the net and getting a good shot there, ripping it home.
Yeah, Kapel has had quite the game, and he will likely have quite the season on a team like the Vaughan Kings, not afraid to start the offense. The Nationals still unable to get anything done. It seems like this line of Kardinovich and Yo has been the only one that have been in the zone of the Kings as they battle currently behind the net. That's kept in by the Nationals momentarily. Noah Tilson looking for something as a shot there from the Nationals does not get through. Robinson sending it back around to the corner. That's kept in by the Nationals. Kardinovich unable to get a piece of that puck. It's a 3-on-2 here for the Kings. The Kings with it now. Clark trying to send that around. The rebound is juicy, but the Kings recover. It's Yo once again attacking. He's knocked down by Levy. No call there. The Kings with a chance now. It's Haig streaming towards the net. The pass doesn't get through, so he comes out to help out. With it now are the Kings, and with it now is Emerton. Emerton at the top of the circle. Emerton bringing it in, trying to find his teammate, Alexander Haig on the side. Good shot from Haig. Doesn't get all of it. That's stopped by Resnick.
Resnick's playing well, but his teammates, I mean, to be 100% honest with you, are just not playing with full intensity there. Yo is one of their better players, and we both know that for a fact. That shot he had in the slot there just ripped it right at the pads of D'Angelo. But he had all the time in the world to maybe pick the corner or skate towards the net and make a dangle out of it. And even on that play there when he fell down, are you trying to draw a penalty there? It just seems like there's just not a lot of effort being given from the Nationals, even from their top line and their top players, even though they have been some of the silver linings in this game so far.
Yeah, not many silver linings to find a 5-0 game where it has been all Vaughan Kings. As Clark gets that one across at the circle, shot is blocked. That's a scary sight to see. A shot across near the dot there, but D'Angelo makes a stop. I mean, you never want to face an Alessandro Iorio rip like that, do you?
Well, we were comparing Cruz Resnick to myself earlier. In that situation, I would have ducked if I was Cruz Resnick. My head would have been facing towards the ground there because I do not want to face that. That's why he's in the crease, and he's going to have himself a decent career as a goaltender, and I'm here in the broadcast booth.
That's totally fair. I think I'd be ducking too, or I'd be watching from the stands where it's safe. As Emerton has it at the point. Emerton shoots that one on net. Resnick deflects that one. Looks like it went out of play for a second there, but they keep on playing. As a whistle now here as the period will come to a close. A period in which it was all Vaughan Kings. Once again, it is 5-0 here at Scotiabank Pond. And a third period that I'm sure the Nationals soon will want to come by. The third period set to commence. The Nationals still looking for their first goal of the season. It's 5-0 here for the Vaughan Kings, a game in which the Kings have dominated from front to back. The only silver lining, as I join Blake Hanlon, has been Cruz Resnick.
Cruz Resnick is a good goalie, and I don't want to hear anyone say that he's not. The goals that he's let in are not his fault. There has been no help from his team. There has been no offensive prowess from the Nationals displayed in this game today. I wish there was, because I want all fairness here at the 6 hockey, but it has not been a fair game by any means.
As the puck is sent over to Iorio, Iorio can't get a handle on it. It's Bowen behind the net throwing it over to Clark. Clark throws it on net. Iorio will get the rebound. Iorio with it now at the top of the circle. It's in his feet, and Nyman keeps it in. As a shot from the point squeaks out over to Iorio. Iorio shoots. He scores. It's 6-0 for Vaughan.
Well, I mean, I just said it. It's not been Resnick's fault by any means, but when you have a guy like Iorio just kind of wander over to the puck there and rip one, it's hard to stop that, especially if there's no defense helping Iorio or getting over to Iorio there. So, again, not a Resnick's fault. Just play with a little more energy is what the Nationals have to do.
Certainly not. The beginning of the period that the Nationals wanted. We'll see if they can pick up their first goal of the season, looking to get something started as Malhotra has it now. Malhotra taking it wide, trying to throw it in front, but he can't hit his man in the corner. With it now is Levy behind the net. Levy is battling with Kardinovic. Levy throws that one around over to Allain. Allain trying to reach Joey Kapel in front of the net. He can't find him. Kept in by Malhotra over to Kapel. Behind the net now with it, D'Alessio is streaming towards the net. With it now is Malhotra. Malhotra's shot just misses wide. Josh Levy picks up the rebound. Levy with it behind the net. He throws it over to Allain. Allain has it at the side. And now with it is Kapel. Kapel in front of the net over to Allain. D'Alessio tries to pick up the rebound. He can't, and Brandon will be the one back in the Kings zone who finds it. The Kings dump it back into the zone of the Nationals. I'm sure the Nationals will just be looking to get it out of their zone as much as possible.
Yeah, I think they have a good chance right here.
And the Nationals breaking towards the net, but that is good defending from, I believe it was Robinson in front of the net, and Brandon, a good combination. And Brandon can't get a piece of it there as Emerton looks to dump it back into the zone. Behind the net now with it are the Nationals. Hague gets a piece of it, so it stays in the zone. Lewandowski goes to help out Kim on the sideboards, looking to help him out. A good battle here. Spanaccini joining the battle, and it's kept in momentarily by the Kings, but it's sent out of the zone. The Kings regain possession. It'll be Kim and Nyman behind the net. Nyman circles that one by as the Nationals go for a line change. Brandon throws that one over to Hague. Hague can't get alone in time as Nyman dumps that one back into the zone. Puck is sent towards the net. Brandon is knocked down hard as he seems to be okay. He'll join the play in just one moment. He delivers a hit of his own behind the play, a similar play to what we saw D'Alessio do earlier in this game. The Kings hold grudges as Emerton has it now. He circles back. A chance here now for the Nationals, but that is stopped by D'Angelo.
Yeah, that was the best chance the Nationals had all game, and they come up short there. D'Angelo really stepping up after kind of just picking dandelions in his own end, not really doing much all game. But, I mean, hey, props to him. He still made the stop on a great opportunity for the Nationals there. Yeah,
the high jersey tuck makes it hard to see. I believe that was Lucas D'Amiglio cutting towards, hoping to get the first goal of the national season as the puck is streamed over to Vaughan Haywood, but Barrett gets that out. A one-on-one now for the Nationals. Bovalettis trying to get it in deep. At the side now is Haywood. He keeps that in. Kardinovic backing up Bovalettis. A chance emerging now for the Kings. Iorio shot is stopped by Resnick. Rebound is unable to reach the stick of Andrew Robinson. A nice save by Resnick, showing life, trying to create what little momentum that's left in the chamber.
Yeah, you're seeing Iorio on a break like that, and you just get a little scared because it's like you're just looking down death, you could say. But Resnick stays strong and tall, even though he's down big in this one.
Made himself look big indeed as the Kings keep that one in the zone. Malhotra unable to get a piece. The Nationals will look to start the breakout. Spanaccini can't get that pass across to Yo. Yo is attacking behind the net. That pass is intercepted. Save made by Joseph D'Angelo. Not a lot of whistles so far in this period as Malhotra sends that one over to Robinson.
Yeah, I think they're just letting this one play out. I think they have the clock running even in between whistles just because this game is probably going to be over.
Could be over, but still a lot of hockey left to play. Still many goals that could be scored, but definitely tipping towards the direction of the fat lady singing as Brandon tries to keep that one back in. He is unable to do so. A chance now for the Nationals as Havasik tried to get it in the zone. Hague with it now. Hague drops it over to D'Alessio. D'Alessio drops it over to Brandon. Hague digging, and it's Brandon who puts it in. He gets the rebound goal. It is 7-0 for the Vaughan Kings.
Garbage goal and just kind of garbage mentality that the Kings are having right now. I know you're scoring goals, you're peppering and get your stats and start the season, but you've proved already that you guys are the better team, both skill and also just like how you've come and approached this game. Kind of sends a message to the league that the Kings don't really have that foresight or just kind of like respect for their their opponents in a way. So I think even though that this game doesn't quite matter, it's going to be a problem for the teams coming and playing the Kings coming up.
As Brandon carries it in now, shot scores, and he picks up another one just as he finished talking. It's 8-0 for the Kings.
RIP that water bottle, Sammy. That one went flying right there. Again, once I said it again there, maybe that one's not as bad as you're not really digging at it, giving it a full effort. You kind of just threw it on net there, and if you got a shot like Gage Brandon, sometimes it just finds twine. And again, just the Kings are really just hammering home now.
I mean, that might be a save that Cruz Resnick makes earlier in the game, as we've been talking about kind of the theme in these blowouts. But a Gage Brandon shot from the blue line, I mean, there's not much he can do. It looked more like a dump in there, but I think he just found a spot. He popped that water bottle similar to Malhotra, the fourth goal of the game, but with a little bit more distance on that shot as the Kings now up huge. It's 8-0 now. And what can the Nationals do to get any silver lining from this, Blake?
I mean, just play with more urgency. That's the best they can do. Just like connect on passes. They need to maybe just play a little bit more safe. They don't want to let in any more goals on Resnick here. Maybe have all their guys fall back here once the Kings will start to transition in the neutral zone. You don't want to give up any more goals on your goaltender.
Meanwhile, a chance emerging here for Ben Bowen. Ben Bowen all alone. He shoots. He scores. Ben Bowen picks up the turnover goal. It's 9-0 for the Kings on the breakaway.
I want justice for Cruz Resnick because what was that defensive effort there? They just completely, instead of falling back like I just said that they should do, they did not fall back. They just completely gave up and turned their edge way too late. Then it turned into back checking on a breakaway when you're down huge. What's the effort here for the Nationals? What's the game plan?
Yeah, and you can't blame Ben Bowen on that one. Just using a little bit of speed. Didn't look like he was going full at all. He trimmed by and just took the shot, and you ought to feel bad for Resnick, who certainly kept the Nationals in it. As a chance now for Malhotra. He goes for the backhand. Nice save by Resnick. Rebound is collected by D'Alessio. D'Alessio has it behind the net. D'Alessio throwing it over to Malhotra. Malhotra, nice move. Makes the defender fall. He throws that one across over to Levy. Levy can't get a piece of it. He doesn't keep it in the zone.
Malhotra there's looking like the ankle bully right there, snapping the ankles. I mean, I know, again, I was talking about kind of criticizing the Kings game and not showing a lot of sympathy, but at least that one doesn't result in a goal, and it does just show how good of a player you are. So that's the stuff they need to do. Just play better, but don't score goals and fill up the score sheet.
As Allain throws it in front over to Malhotra, filling the score sheet once again. It's 10-0. It's double digits here at Scotiabank Pond.
I mean, it feels like every time I finish a thought, giving praise either to the Nationals or just giving some sort of insight in the game, the Kings come in and just interrupt me with a goal of their own. And I think it might be better off if I just stop talking for this entire game, Sammy.
Certainly the Nationals are also hoping this game will be over soon. You can see the refs kind of taking their time going to the faceoff. Like you said, the clock is running as the Gage Brandon line with Lewandowski and Haig is out again. Haig and Brandon on a 2-on-1. Haig over to Brandon. Brandon shot scores. It's 11-0.
Okay, what are we doing here? Because I know it's just a golden opportunity to pass it across there and get a goal, whatever. But what are the Nationals doing as a team, letting that happen? Why aren't you just going towards that open man there who's leaking and opening up there to get a nice one-timer there? Cruz Resnick needs to have he needs to get hugged by at least everyone in the locker room and an apology face-to-face, a full-on apology, because this is embarrassing for the Nationals. I don't know whether you blame the coach or the players. I don't know if the coach should even take him out at this point because the game's about to end, but he probably should have taken him out earlier. Also, for the Nationals, practice is going to be brutal next time. like, I don't know about you, Sammy, but back in the day when I had a bad game, coach used to throw a garbage bin in front of practices made us skate. That means if you throw up, you throw up. And I think they deserve to get a bag skate for the entirety of next practice, because if they're going to put a performance like this for their goaltender, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing for them, and it's embarrassing for everyone a part of this Nationals team.
Strong words indeed. I mean, like you said, Resnick, he was the only silver lining in this game where the effort just seemed so much more intensified on the Vaughan Kings side.
Yeah, I mean, I'd give props to the Vaughan Kings. Like, they are a very good team with a plethora of great players, but the Nationals, like, if you're in the same division as your opponent, as this is AAA, you have to just play.
Meanwhile, Bowen gets a turnover. He shoots. He scores. He collects on the turnover from number 88, Vaughn Haywood, and he waits to dangle, and he puts that one in.
I was going to finish my thought, but I think I have no other thoughts for the rest of this game.
The Nationals just eagerly awaiting this game being over. The Kings racking up 12 goals in the game. As it stands, the Nationals have now allowed 19 goals against in 2 games and 0 goals for. Certainly not the KD that this team wants.
Yeah, definitely not, Sammy. I think this inaugural goal for the Nationals this season may have to come in their third matchup.
The way they are playing, it certainly could do so. The way the Vaughan Kings are dominating pace of play, it seems all but likely. As the Kings have it in the corner, D'Alessio went to help out Bowen and Iorio. With it now is number 25, Elijah Chavez. Pardon me, that was 36, Tyler Clark. It's kept into the corner. The Vaughan Kings probably just trying to control possession just as much now. Luckily, not too much physicality in this game where tensions are seemingly high. Frustrations definitely starting to flare out as Barrett knocks that one into the zone. Just a minute and a half left here for the Nationals. The Kings going for a line change, so the pass goes awry. Paquette nearly gets a piece of that shot. You can see he kind of jumped there to block it as D'Angelo comes out of his net to play the puck. The Kings dump that one out of the zone. Allain, nice little move to try to feed Joey Kapel. Can't find him. Kim was streaming towards the net, but nothing doing there. Kim with likely the last chance here for the Nationals with just seconds left to go. The Kings trying to get it out of their zone, just over a minute and less than a minute now. Kim throws it towards the net, but that's good defending from D'Alessio to get it out of the corner. The Nationals try to keep possession, but falling down was Kim. It's coming around the sideboard and just out of the zone as it's carried by the Kings and carried by Malhotra. Malhotra drops that one back, and that's stopped. Joey Kapel going for the flyby. The Nationals players not kindly taking to that.
No, it's a lack of respect on that right there. You don't got to fly to the net after there's already been 12 goals this game. When you're trying to get your 13th, there's no point in that. Have some respect for the other team. I know you're up big. You got the win. As it looks like the clock's dwindling down. The Nationals had to play better. Sure, the Kings won. The Kings of the Castle continue to hassle, but you don't need to hassle that much.
Good words from Blake, good puns from Blake, and a good game from the Kings. That'll do it here at Scotiabank Pond as we let the clock run by. You can see the team giving props to the only National that seemed like they were on their game at any point. It was Cruz Resnick taking the loss in this one. The Nationals going to 0-2. The Kings going to 2-0. We'll talk more about this. I don't even know what to describe this game as.
Yeah, it was
Shellacking.
It was a lackluster performance, but we'll dissect the game further in the broadcast booth.
Wow, that game got ugly, Blake. I'm Sammy Brzozowski, Blake Hanlon. A 12-0 victory for the Vaughan Kings against the Toronto Young Nationals, who still have not put up their first goal of the season.
Yeah, I mean, you got 2 touchdowns, you win the game if you're the Nationals. But wow, just really disappointing performance for the second game of the year.
Yeah, they didn't really get anything going. It looked like it was the Vaughan Kings, especially in that third period. They really turned it on. Of course, they get 12 goals. They had a decent power play, obviously a flawless penalty kill as well. The Nationals unable to get any chances going. On the Kings, on the other hand, I think everyone on their roster got involved, but there was a couple guys that really stood out to you.
Yeah, we'll praise the Kings to start. We'll start off with the 3 stars of the game in this one. Clarence Allain, I mean, I called him out. He's got that big body out there. He had a big game. 3 goals and assist. Can't ask anything more from a guy like him. Ben Bowen, 3 goals as well. It's really the guys who are kind of like those role players that are stepping up this game. That's great to see. Malhotra, still that star power player, 2 goals and assist. The Kings really just flooded the Nationals this entire game. And props to them. They did phenomenal. And it was good to see those 2 guys, Bowen and Allain, got in the score sheet a lot this game.
Yeah, multiple hat tricks for the Vaughan Kings, something you don't see often, especially not in this league with the talent that the defensive cores have and the goaltenders have. The Nationals, I know a lot went wrong, but can you sum it up in a couple words?
I mean, I asked them to give effort, and they didn't in this one. They left Cruz Resnick out to dry, once again leaving out their goalie to dry. It's hard. The Kings are a really good team, and I don't know if many other teams of like the Nationals caliber could put up a bigger fight, especially early on in the season, getting grouped together these new players potentially. It's really hard to do that, Sammy, but still, you got to give a better effort in front of your goaltender. 12 goals is ridiculous. Like, once you get into double digits, that's when it just becomes embarrassing. And what's also embarrassing is the Kings really shouldn't have piled on this many goals in this one. We understand. You're one of the top teams in this league. You're going to go far in the GTHL playoffs, the OHL Cup, whatever. Who brings it? It's going to be the Kings game. It's going to be their season. You don't need to go out there and send a message 12-0. Sure, you send the message to the best team in the league, but also shows the message that maybe you don't play with a lot of humility and kind of just respect for your other team. You won the game already. I was kind of upset with the Kings coaching on behind this one. It was just kind of a lot of negatives you could take away from this one. That's all I got to say.
Well, luckily for us, luckily for the Nationals, that game is over. And so is this broadcast, and this will do it for this version of the Six Hockey, this version of some U16 GTHL AAA action. We'll see you next time.